Welcome back to Learning Cryptic Crosswords. I'm Boris, and gonna try to solve another cryptic crossword today. The link to the app I'm using will be in the description below, as will link to an app that lets you learn how to solve cryptic crosswords, both from a great company called Teasel. There's lots of places to find cryptic crosswords online. If you don't know what cryptic crosswords are, they're a style of crossword that's popular in the UK. It gets printed occasionally in the United States. Um, and they're, well, as you'll see in a minute, they're a type of puzzle where the clues aren't just definitions of the words, they're like little puzzles in and of themselves. So let's get to solving and see if we can finish it. All right, first clue. About to enter joint that's reserved for women. About to enter joint that's reserved for women. So joint could be prison. You might enter the joint if it's a prison. That's reserved for women. About to enter joint. Joint could also mean like a joint on your body, like an elbow or something. Nah, not sure on that one. Let's try a different clue. Tone. A man's name we hear. Tone. So we hear indicates that there's a homophone at play. So perhaps a homophone for a man's name. That's and the name is a synonym for tone, perhaps. It's synonyms for tone. Hum, buzz, beep, sound. Not sure. A man's name we hear. I don't think hum is like short for a man's name or anything. Let's try a different clue. Money transmitted, it's said. Sent. C-E-N-T is a homophone. It is said the same as the word for transmitted, which is C. Sorry. Which is the word S-E-N-T. Sorry, there we go. Finish my thought. All right. Tone, a man's name we hear. Ending with E. Ring. Now let's try to get some more letters in that first answer. All right. Rogue journalist thought highly of. Rogue journalist thought highly of. So we might be looking at a word for rogue and then a word for journalist that together mean thought highly of. Oh, yeah, okay. So the answer is rated. And the logic there is that a rogue is a rat, like a traitor, and a journalist is an ed, or editor, which is a common abbreviation in cryptic crosswords for journalist. The answer is ed. And then together they make rated, as in highly rated, or acclaimed, or thought of. All right. Arm broken, can I drink? Arm broken, can I drink? The question mark usually means that there's a cryptic definition, which means that there's something you can drink that's the answer that you're supposed to think of. And the word arm broken is supposed to give you a clue to what that word is. So let's think. Arm broken, can I drink? Can I drink? Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's try this one here. I'd hang about for a statesman. I'd hang about. 6 letters. The little 6 in parentheses indicates that the answer is 6 letters long. And I'm going to guess that I'm taking the letters in the words I'd hang and I'm jumbling them about for, as in to get, a word for statesman. And let's see what that word might be. There's a D in it already. Statesman. Gandhi. Gandhi was a statesman. And if you jumble about the letters of I'd hang, you get Gandhi. Ace hospital section gets prize. So section implies that you take a section of some of the words that are in the clue and you get the answer, which is a prize. So let's see what we have. Ace section, Ace hospital section gets prize. Well, there's an A, so that's probably Ace is the A. Hospital section gets prize. Ace hospital section. A hospital section could be like ER, ICU or something, or lab. But it might be like a British term for these things that I'm not familiar with. Let's keep thinking, though. Pretty familiar with Britishisms. Ace hospital section gets prize. Award? Award. There we go. Award. The word ward is a section of a hospital. And an award is a prize. Very nice. All right. 4-figure sort of banknote supplier. 2 words, 4 letters, and 9 letters. 4-figure sort. Thousandaire. 4-figure sort of banknote supplier. So a mint is a banknote supplier, but that's a little obvious. 4-figure sort. Let's see, 13 letters. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sort of could mean that you have to sort the letters in another word to get to 13. Or to the answer out of 13 letters from the clue. But I don't see any obvious sets of 13 letters to sort. So maybe we'll try some other clues, see if we can work backwards to that one. Musical piece. Maybe harps do backing at finale of symphony. Musical piece. So I'm guessing musical piece is the definition. Or musical might be the definition. Maybe harps do backing at finale of symphony. Okay, so there's probably a few elements here. So maybe harps is probably a means an anagram of harps. Do backing, or possibly backing at, means you reverse the letters in the word do, D-O, to O-D. Yeah, there you go. There's the answer. So I was right. It is do, because the answer is rhapsody, which I have to remember how to spell. Rhapsody. That looks right. Yeah, rhapsody. So you rearrange the letters in the word harps. You reverse the letters in do, and you take the finale of symphony, which is the letter Y. And you get rhapsody, which is a musical piece. Let's see if we can get an answer to this one. Arm broken, can I drink? It's not thirsty. Can I drink? Arm broken. So arm broken probably means we have to rearrange the letters in the word arm. So it's probably, the answer is probably martini because that fits, Martini. Can I drink? Oh, yep, there it is. So the answer is martini. And the reason it's the answer is that a can is a tin, which is not a common word for can in my part of the US, but is very common in the UK. And then the letter I, and a martini is a drink. So can I drink? Let's see if we can get these early clues now. Sorry. I'm using a phone app to play this, so there's a little bit of a streaming phone screen shenanigans here. About to enter joint that's reserved for women. Oh, jeez. Is it harem? Harem. About to enter joint. Harem. About to enter joint. Harem. I think it's harem. Oh, and then this, of course, is hue. Yes, so I was thinking tone as in a sound, but that is incorrect. Sorry, we'll get back to that first clue in a second. Tone can be a color, as in to tone a piece of paper a certain hue, or toner in a printer. And hue, of course, Hugh, is a common man's name. So we hear a word that sounds like the name Hugh, and we get Hugh, Hue. So let's figure out harem, though, because you haven't really solved a cryptic crossword until you figured out what all the clues actually like mean, like how they get you that answer. Like, it doesn't really help much to just figure out the word, because you can just do that by, filling in missing letters. The actual like fun of doing them is, figuring out like why about to enter joint that's reserved for women means or gets you the word harem. So a joint that's reserved for women, right? A harem from I believe the Ottoman Sultan would have a harem, which was mostly a place for his like wives and concubines to hang out and stay out of public. Was not very lascivious, and it actually allowed a lot of not defending it as an institution by any means, but it did allow those women a lot of freedom they wouldn't have otherwise to just kind of be themselves around a lot of other people. But I don't know that much about like the strictures of Islamic law in the Ottoman Empire, but I know harems were definitely not what most people think of them, and certainly have nothing to do with anime. But let's figure out how we get about to enter joint that's reserved for women. About to enter. About to enter joint that's reserved. I'm gonna look this up. I'm gonna see if like Google can tell me why this might be well, that's not gonna help us. Yeah, this isn't really producing any results right now. Well, it's gonna have to remain a bit of a mystery, unfortunately. Let's keep thinking about why we get that answer, and let's check that it's correct. My app has a check function. None of your answers is wrong, so it is harem. About to enter joint that's reserved for women. I'm sure you're all yelling at the screen what the answer is, but that's fine. We'll keep working. Right. Street as well as place for sports spectators. Arena, stadium is a place for sports spectators, but street as well as place. Well, street would be ST, place would be PL, right? For sports spectators. Well, what's a word for sports spectators? Fans, supporters, watchers. Street as well as place. Oh, so it might be a word that is a word for street, and that's also a place for sports spectators. Stand. Is stand a British word for street? Because stands hold sports spectators. Bleachers. Is it like a stand street? Let's look this up. Is stand and street. Stand, street. Strand is a thing. That's not very useful. Results. Street, stand. Well, that's just going to get me street stands. Street as well as place for sports spectators. Let's see if some of these other words fit with stand being the answer there. Is held out as protection. Is held out as protection. Shield. Is held out as protection. Yeah, not sure. Oops. Sorry, trying to avoid this little window popping up on my phone. And it is not working. Wow. Technology, people. Don't trust it. It just really doesn't want to, like, cooperate, huh? One needs nil sun around as a diabetes treatment. Well, you can't see anything, so we'll just move that over for now. But then I can't see the clue. There we go. One needs nil sun around as a diabetes treatment. One needs nil sun. So we might have the word sun in the middle, S-U-N. We do have the S there. Then nil would be a 0 or letter O. And one might be the letter I, like Roman numeral 1. One needs nil sun around as a diabetes treatment. Insulin? Oh, sun around probably means you move around letters in the word sun. And you get, yeah, NSU, insulin. Oh, I see. Nil sun around. Yeah, there we go. So one, I see, yes. So one, the letter I, needs to have after it the letters in the words nil sun moved around, and that gets you a diabetes treatment. There you go. Maybe someday people will be able to afford said diabetes treatment. Wouldn't that be nice? Pills drink contains hallucinogen. LSD? Yes, it is LSD. I will explain that momentarily. Pills drink, which you might think refers to a beer, contains hallucinogen, and that's like I was talking about in the earlier clue. The letters of the words pills drink contain right in the middle LSD. And that is a hallucinogen. So, very good. All right. In pride, let England strike out. So, strike out could mean like cricket or baseball, although I don't know anything about cricket or baseball really. But I did just watch Moneyball for like the 3rd time recently. But in pride, let England strike out. So it might be a word for pride, and then you take, or you add the letter E, and you get something that means strike out. Possibly. Erase, remove. In pride. Oh, it might be delete. There we go. So this is another one where you have the answer written right in front of you, because in the words pride let England, you have DELETE, which is delete, which means to strike out. Nice. Let's see if we can get some of these upper clues now. Street as well as place for sports spectators. I bet it is stand. I don't know why that means street, though. We'll look into that in a minute. Let's see if we can get this other clue. Is held out as protection. Well, it's got to be shield. I mean, a shield is held out as protection. Not every cryptic definition clue has a question mark. But yeah, it's got to be shield. So let's see if we can do a little more digging on why street and stand mean that. Let's see if there's a strip, lane. Homeless. Well, Strand. Stand is a residential area in Whitefield, Greater Manchester. I doubt that anyone solving this is expected to know that. Strand. Is there something in this clue that is supposed to get us to remove the R or something? Oops. There we go. Street as well as place for sports spectators. That's weird. I don't get that one, but it's definitely right. Yeah, I don't know. Let's move on. Can only ponder the mysteries of the universe so much. Sorrow dies missing lock of hair. Sorrow dies missing lock of hair. Oh, okay. So this is an interesting one. Missing lets you know that you're probably removing something from something else. And in this case, what I think you're removing is the letters DIS from the word distress, which means sorrow, to get tress, which is a lock of hair. Go. All right, let's see if we can get this one. Squad also included in plot. Squad also included in plot. Squad would be like team. What would plot be? Story, conspiracy. Plot of land, acre, farm. Squad also included. Squad, like squadron, group, team. Squad. Why is also there, though? Squad also. Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's try to see if we can get some letters for that clue. Oops. There we go. Waylay in the morning the ex-president. Waylay in the morning the ex-president. So the morning probably means AM. AM in the morning. Oh, in the morning might mean that A and M are the first and last letters of the answer. and then you put something that either means waylay or means the ex-president inside A&M. Adams? No, because it's ASM. Who's an ex-president whose name starts with A? Was Adams even a president? I don't remember. Dead white man. What about waylay? Waylay means to like delay or take off the path. Could mean to rob. What's a word like that that starts with A? Could also be wrong about the morning, but waylay. In the morning, the ex-president. All right. Nope. Let's keep going. Oops. There we go. Generous with 0 time for intolerant type. Generous with 0 time. So I'm guessing the last 2 letters are going to be OT, because time often refers to the abbreviation T, and 0 is almost certainly going to be the letter O. Intolerant type would be bigot, so generous would be big, as in that's big of you, and a bigot is an intolerant type. Perfect. Let's try to get some of these words down here. Info on energy. Just one you've inherited. Info on energy. Energy usually means the letter E. I'm not sure why info is marked like an abbreviation. That could just be deceptive. Info on energy. Just one you've inherited. On energy could mean that E is the last letter. No other letters are on it. Just one you've inherited. One you've inherited. What would that be? It would be an inheritance, right? What's a 4-letter word that we get from that clue? Not sure. Let's try as vertical. Major river without eastern side is nothing. Major river without eastern side is nothing. Danube. Nile. Nil. Interesting. Yeah, so major river would be the Nile. And when you remove the E, as in the eastern part of it, you get nothing, which is nil. So what does that make this? Info on energy. Just one you've inherited. Gone. Because that'd be on O-N and E energy. But how does that get us just one you've inherited? Gent? That doesn't really make sense. Let's think about this more and come back to that one. Alan, excited, takes time for South African location. Natal? I think that's the name of a South African location. Let's look that up. Well, there's Natal. Yeah, KwaZulu-Natal, coastal South African province. Yep, thought so. So how did we get that, though? Natal. Well, the way we got it is we get Alan excited, as in the letters of Alan get excited and move all over the place, and then they take time, the abbreviation T, in the middle for a South African location. Very nice. Let's try this one again now that we have that extra B. Waylay in the morning the ex-president. Oh, could it be Abbas? Abbas as in Mahmoud Abbas? What's his name? Mahmoud Abbas. But I think that's yeah, I can't spell. He's the former president of state of Palestine. Yeah, been the chairman of the Palestine Liberation Organization. Yeah, interesting. Pretty sure it's not it because that doesn't even fit in the answer. But let's see. Waylay in the morning. Emboss. Waylay in the morning the ex-president. Obama. That obviously doesn't fit, but oh, ambush. Of course. To waylay is to ambush someone. Like I said, it could mean to like rob someone on the road by ambushing them. And of course, in the morning is AM and ex-president is Bush. There's a couple of them. You have your choice of bushes. Let's see if I can get this vertical clue now. Squad also included in plot. Huh. Well, team would fit because we have that A there. Squad, no. Team something. I'm not sure. Let's see if we can get that middle letter through a few steps here. Let's see if we can get this big long one now. A 4-figure sort of banknote supplier. 4-figure sort. So there's 4 letters and then 9 letters. Well, a banknote supplier might be like a bank machine. Bank. But you wouldn't have the word banknote in the clue and then the word bank in the answer. That's a little obvious. Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's try some of these others. Natural home of a piece in headgear. Natural home of a piece in headgear. Natural home of a piece in headgear. So when you're scanning the clue, you want to ignore the surface reading, the like something about where a kind of headgear might naturally live or something, right? And you're looking for just the, raw, like, linguistic chunks that are like hiding in that in that clue. So like for instance, the definition usually comes at the very beginning or the very end. So it might be that we have in headgear means the clue before the word in results in a definition which means headgear, or it could be that natural is the definition we're looking for, or natural home is the definition we're looking for. But it can be, very hard to tell until you kind of clue in and the kind of light bulb goes on what you're actually looking for in a clue. Let's keep thinking about this one. Natural home of a piece in headgear. So if it was piece of headgear, that might kind of make sense. Natural home of a piece. A piece might mean like chunk, or might mean a musical piece or something. Natural home of a piece in headgear. Yeah, I'm not sure. Just keep working through here. Okay for consumers, I bleed rotten. Okay for consumers, I bleed rotten. Ah, there it is. Okay, so rotten can mean something like, you know, broken or excited. Namely, you have to change the order of the letters. And if you take the letters in I bleed and you move them about, you get something that's okay for consumers, namely something that is edible. So that's nice. Let's see where we can go from here. Bit of a clangor, Rory's fault. Bit of a clangor, Rory's fault. So I bet, yeah, there we go. So the definition here, well, so there's a couple things going on here. So oftentimes when you see an apostrophe S in a clue, it's actually just short for is, and instead of being like a possessive, like it looks like here. And so Rory's, the apostrophe S means is, and that's cluing us into the fact that the definition is fault. So we're looking for a word that means fault. And so a bit of the words a clangor Rory gets us error. So you can see at the end of clangor is ER. And then we have ROR, and that is a fault. So you get that. Let's try this one at the end here. Guy's rejected rubbish advisor. Guy's rejected rubbish advisor. Rubbish. Trash. Could it be mentor? Men would be guys. What does TOR mean? Rubbish? Guys rejected. Rejected rubbish. Mentor. Mentor would fit, and that would be an advisor. It starts with men, which is guys, but how do we get tor from rejected rubbish? Let's do some Googling. Information, rubbish, recycling. Tip. A tip is a... Yeah, that's definitely not getting what we want. Huh. Terms of reference. Interesting. Well, that's not very helpful. I'm going to say it is mentor. I'm going to try to figure out why at some point in the future. Let's keep going. Vocal work, possibly trio or around. Vocal work, 8 letters, possibly trio or around. So possibly trio implies that you're rearranging the letters in the word trio. So it looks like you might be able to fit like the word oration, oratory, orator. Oratoric. I don't think that's a word. Orator. It's got to be something like this. An orator. Let's see if oratoric is a word. think so. Oratoric. Oh, well, it would help if I knew how to spell things. Oratoric. I don't think that's the right answer, but I'm going to think about it for another second here. Vocal work, possibly trio or a round. Oratorio? That looks more like a word. That looks like a Latin word of some sort. There it is. A large-scale musical work for orchestra and voices, typically a narrative on a religious theme. Okay, oratorio. I don't know that much about classical music, so glad I looked that one up so that it made sense to me. We're trying to learn how to solve these, not magically solve them all on our first try. Hence all the Googling. What's fun about these is because they are made for, quite educated newspaper consumers. They too tend to feature a lot of fun stuff to learn about as you solve them. All right, let's try to figure this out. Natural home of a piece in headgear. Natural home of a piece in headgear. Oh, so it could be we're starting with the word hat, and then we're breaking up the letters in hat and putting something in the middle of them. Habitat. Habitat of a piece in headgear. Well, that's definitely the answer. But let's figure out why. So hat. Oh, there it is. A piece is a bit. And when you put a bit in a type of headgear, which is a hat, you get habitat, which is a natural home. Very satisfying. I like it. 4-figure sort of banknote supplier. Cash something. This is definitely going to be cash. Cash dispenser? Cash dispenser. That has got to be cash dispenser. 4-figure. I'm not sure what 4-figure means in this case. Sort of banknote supplier. Cash dispenser. Well, that's definitely it. Pretty sure this is a British term for ATM or whatever. Yeah, automated ATM machine. Squad also included in plot. So another word for plot would be plan. And if you put something in the word plan, then you get a P at the beginning and an N at the end, which is what we have. So could it be PLA something O something N? Let's see if that makes sense. Squad. Platoon. There's the also. 2. Squad also. So also included in plot, as in the word to inside the word for plan, gets us a squad or platoon, which I think just leaves this last little guy right here. I'll just check, make sure all my answers are right. They are. So info on energy, just one you've inherited. Info on energy. So info would be like I, maybe? Gin something? Gine? Is that a word? Just one you've inherited. Just one. Might mean the letter I somewhere. Genie? It's definitely not how you spell genie. I feel like this is one where I'm gonna kick myself if I can't figure it out. Info on energy. Info. Intelligence. Info on energy. Just one you've inherited. You've inherited something, you've gotten it. You've acquired it. You've inherited. I don't think it's gone. I don't think the letter G can like mean info. Again, I'm not sure why info is abbreviated like that. Let's see if there's any synonyms that might give me a clue here. Conferred, bequeathed, willed, inherit. Take over, come into. Air, definitely not air. Gone. Info on energy. Could it be gone? Oh, I forgot I had this one still. Molten ore for potential fishes. Well, that's an easy one. Molten ore. Rearrange the letters in ore. And you get roe, which is fish eggs. Okay. So just missed that one. Still need to be done. Luckily, it's an easy one. But this is definitely not the right answer, or else the crossword would have solved itself. So let's think about this one some more, and let's check. Yep, none of my answers are wrong. Info on energy, just one you've inherited. Well, let's go look at harem for a moment, let my brain kind of percolate on that last one, and see if we can figure out why that clue gives us harem. About to enter joint. That's reserved for women. About to enter. About. So about could be re, R-E, to enter joint. Ah, a ham is a joint. Like it's the leg joint of a pig. To enter, about to enter joint. Yeah, and if you put re inside ham, you get something that's reserved for women. I'm guessing that's my best guess. If you can think of a better one, put it in the comments. All right, let's solve this last one and be done with it. Info on energy, just one you've inherited. Inherited. Info on energy. What could that mean? Info on energy. I might just try to think of some letters that fit, which is like the most terrible way to solve these, but sometimes you have to figure out the word first and then figure out the clue after. Especially when you're trying to learn how these work and what this type of clue might be trying to get me to think of. Just one you have inherited. The worst is when the words are really short, because then there's not a lot of room to, like, you know, sort of fit in hypotheses about where words are coming from. Info on energy, just one you've inherited. I have to imagine, I guess info could be the definition, but that doesn't quite make sense to me. It could also just be in the whole clue might just be a cryptic definition. Let's think of words that could fit there. Gent, gone. Gens. Gens. Guns. Let's look up some more synonyms, see if maybe that helps us. Vigor. go. That did not help us. I mean, go could mean energy. But I really don't know what it could be. Let's think about this for a bit. Yeah, so I just straight up cheated because I couldn't figure it out. I went to one of these word search things you can see above. And of course, one you've inherited is a gene. I'm not sure how we get info on energy. Does gen mean info somehow? Actually, I'm going to look that up before we finish up here. Gen info. That's not going to get us anything useful. Gen information. General information? Not sure, but it's definitely gene, and I'm pretty sure it's going to finish the crossword. So it does. Thanks for watching. Come back next time to learn cryptic crosswords. Thanks. Bye.